Debunking 6 common myths about superfoods. Eat right. Understand nutrition. Choose good ingredients. The superfood obsession, a tale as old as time. Picture this. You're in your favorite grocery store. Overhead lights beam like stage spotlights, illuminating neatly stacked towers of chia seeds, acai berries, quinoa, and other glamorous characters of the health food stage. Their packaging gleams, whispering promises of eternal youth. Perfect skin, boundless energy, and if you squint hard enough, a secret path to immortality. Superfoods. Even the name sounds like they flew in from another planet wearing capes and tights. But hold your quinoa-crusted horses. While it's tempting to believe these shiny morsels are the answer to all our health prayers, reality, like a bowl of plain oatmeals, a little less flashy and a lot more nourishing. The truth is, when it comes to eating right, understanding nutrition, and choosing good ingredients, superfoods are just one part of the story, not the whole saga. In this article, we're diving headlong into the swirling waters of superfood hype. We'll explore the myths, reveal the facts, and dare I say, equip you with the good sense to make smarter choices at the dinner table. With over 3,000 words of juicy details, we'll debunk 6 common myths about superfoods and remind you that common sense is still the rarest ingredient in the pantry. Part 1. Superfoods, the hype and reality. Superfoods. The word itself crackles with vitality. It practically does lunges while flexing its antioxidant muscles. But what exactly is a superfood? Is it a certified class of foods, a scientific category, or merely a marketing term dressed up in kale feathers? What are superfoods? To put it plainly, there's no official definition of a superfood. Not from the FDA, not from any international health authority. The term was popularized by the food industry and media to describe foods that offer high nutritional value, usually packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. Think of blueberries, salmon, walnuts, turmeric, green tea, and you guessed it, quinoa. Each of these has been hailed as a nutritional powerhouse for one reason or another. But let's not forget, just because something is good for you doesn't mean it's magic. The rise of superfood marketing. We live in a world driven by quick fixes and sensational headlines. 10 superfoods that melt belly fat. Eat this berry to live longer. It's tempting stuff. And make no mistake, the food industry loves this. Slap the word super on a label, and suddenly the price tag jumps by 30%. But what's been lost in this frenzy is nuance. Eating healthy isn't about one food, it's about patterns of eating. A single goji berry won't cancel out that box of donuts. Balance, variety, and moderation still win the day. The nutritional trap. Here's the kicker. Many so-called superfoods are indeed packed with nutrients, but so are everyday foods like carrots, lentils, apples, cabbage, and oats. The difference? Those humble heroes rarely get the spotlight. So why do we keep chasing the latest exotic health craze while ignoring the budget-friendly wonders in our own kitchen? Simple. Marketing sells dreams. Science offers facts. And facts, bless their boring little hearts, rarely get viral. Part 2. Myth number 1. Superfoods are miracle foods. Let's slice through this myth like a ripe avocado. Superfoods are often marketed as miracle cures. They'll detox your liver, cure chronic illnesses, prevent aging, and possibly grant you X-ray vision if you blend them just right with almond milk and bee pollen. But the truth? They're just foods. No magic, just molecules. Sure, turmeric contains curcumin, which has anti-inflammatory properties. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants. Spinach is loaded with iron and vitamin K. But eating a handful of blueberries won't suddenly erase years of processed food indulgence. And a daily matcha latte won't undo a sedentary lifestyle. Think of nutrition like a puzzle. Each piece contributes to the bigger picture. Superfoods are just shiny corner pieces. They help, but they don't complete the puzzle on their own. Scientific reality check. While many superfoods have been studied for their potential health benefits, it's often in quantities far beyond what we consume. For instance, lab studies might use concentrated extracts or isolated compounds, not your average teaspoon of chia in a smoothie bowl. In other words, there's a gap between potential benefit and real-world results. The danger lies in assuming that eating super automatically makes your entire diet healthy. Psychological trap. The halo effect. Ever eaten a kale salad and thought, now I can have this triple chocolate fudge cake without guilt? Welcome to the halo effect, where eating one healthy food justifies poor choices elsewhere. Believing that one or two ingredients can protect you from bad habits is nutritional wishful thinking. True health is built daily, not in spoonfuls of spirulina. Part 3. Myth number 2. Superfoods are always expensive. If I had a nickel for every time someone said, healthy eating is too expensive, I'd have a small mountain of quinoa organically grown, of course. This myth is particularly sticky because, at first glance, it does seem like superfoods are only for people who shop at boutique grocery stores and sip smoothies that cost more than a tank of gas. But look a little closer and you'll find it's just not true. Exotic versus local heroes. Yes, goji berries, maca powder, and raw cacao nibs are pricey. They're also shipped across the globe, processed, packaged, and marketed as lifestyle statements. But guess what? You probably have local superfoods hiding in your fridge or pantry right now. Let's take a look. Sweet potatoes, rich in beta-carotene, vitamin C, and fiber. Cabbage contains cancer-fighting compounds and costs pennies per serving. Oats, a great source of fiber and heart-healthy beta-glucan. Eggs packed with protein, choline, and affordable on any budget. Bananas, full of potassium and cost less than 50 cents a pop. Superfoods aren't necessarily imported powders and freeze-dried fruits. Sometimes they're just regular foods wearing ordinary clothes, bulk buys, and smart shopping. Want to save money and still eat like a nutritional rock star? Buy in bulk. Focus on seasonal produce and embrace frozen fruits and vegetables. Skip the $20 superfood detox elixir and whip up a hearty lentil stew instead. Also, remember that labels lie. Organic superfood protein bar with collagen and maca might sound impressive. But turn it around and you'll often see just sugar, soy, and marketing fluff in a fancy wrapper. The true cost of cheap eating. Here's the other side of the coin. Eating ultra-processed junk may seem cheaper now, but it's often more expensive in the long run. Think medical bills, chronic disease, and reduced quality of life. An ounce of prevention truly is worth a pound of cure. Part 4. Myth number 3. Superfoods are always safe for everyone. Now hold on to your hemp smoothie. Friend, just because a food wears the super badge doesn't mean it gets a free pass through your digestive tract. One of the most dangerous myths out there is the idea that all superfoods are safe for everyone, no questions asked. One man's miracle is another man's misery. Let's take nuts, for instance, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts. Fabulous sources of healthy fats and antioxidants. But to someone with a nut allergy, they're less superfood and more super trip to the ER. Or kale, the darling of detox diets everywhere. Kale is loaded with vitamin K, which helps your blood clot butt. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, too much kale can mess with your meds like a raccoon in a henhouse. Even chia seeds, those cute little specks of omega-3 goodness, can expand in your stomach or esophagus if you don't soak them properly. Chia is great until it becomes a choking hazard. Natural does not equal harmless. There's a great big lie in the idea that natural means safe. Hemlock is natural. So is poison ivy. While we're at it, snake venom is organic and gluten-free. The point. The human body is a complex contraption. What energizes one person might inflame another. Some people have oxalate sensitivities and can't tolerate high oxalate foods like spinach and beet greens. Others have thyroid issues, aggravated by goitrogenic vegetables. And then there are the folks with IBS who discover that their gut doesn't take care how many antioxidants are in garlic or onions. Listen to your body first. Label second. If your body throws up a red flag every time you eat a superfood, don't ignore it. Nutrition is never one size fits all. And anyone who tells you otherwise is probably trying to sell you a subscription box. The smart choice: start small. Introduce new foods gradually. Pay attention to how you feel. And if you've got a health condition, consult a registered dietitian or a doctor before you chase the latest powdered miracle from Peru. After all, eating right isn't about heroics, it's about harmony. Part 5. Myth number 4. Superfoods are more nutritious than regular foods. Well, if this ain't the juiciest myth of the bunch. Superfoods strut into the room like they invented nutrition itself. But the idea that they somehow inherently more nutritious than your garden variety? Produce is one of the slickest marketing sleights of hand since margarine tried to replace butter. Meet the regular food all-stars. Take the apple. Plain all apple. Doesn't come from the Himalayas. Doesn't get freeze-dried. Doesn't have its own Instagram hashtag. But it does contain fiber, vitamin C, polyphenols, and natural hydration. And science suggests it may help reduce the risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Or how about carrots? Rich in beta-carotene, good for eyesight, skin, and immune function. Pair them with a little healthy fat like olive oil, and that absorption soars. Broccoli, lentils, brown rice, cabbage, sardines. All nutritional powerhouses that rarely get the glitzy marketing budget, but do their job quietly and efficiently. Nutrient density versus hype density, sure. Some superfoods have an edge in certain nutrients. Acai has more anthocyanins than blueberries, for example. But the real difference is often marginal. In a balanced diet, the nutrients even out across meals. In fact, eating a wide variety of regular whole foods will likely give you a richer nutritional profile than over-relying on one trendy item. Remember, nutrition isn't about exclusivity, about diversity. So before you drop $15 on a superfood salad with ingredients you can pronounce, take a look at the hearty soup your grandmother made. Chances are, it had all the superpowers you need and a lot more soul. Part 6. Myth number 5. Superfoods can replace supplements. Here's a good one for the campfire. Some folks believe that eating superfoods regularly means you don't need supplements at all. While this notion feels wonderfully holistic, it doesn't always hold up, especially in the face of modern nutritional gaps and individual health needs. When supplements are necessary. Vitamin D. If you live in cloudy climates or spend most of your time indoors, no amount of spinach or salmon will give you enough D. Supplementation is often necessary. Vitamin B12. Vegans, I'm looking at you. No matter how many chia puddings you eat, B12 is found naturally only in animal products. A supplement isn't a betrayal, it's just good planning. Iron, calcium, magnesium. These depend on your diet, absorption rate, and individual health. Superfoods help, but they're not magic bullets. Bioavailability matters. Some nutrients in food aren't always easily absorbed. For example, plant-based iron is harder to absorb than heme iron from animal sources. Supplements can sometimes offer targeted, bioavailable solutions, especially if you have deficiencies confirmed by blood work. The goal isn't to replace food with pills, or vice versa. It's to understand what your body needs and give it the right tools, whether it's a bowl of beans, a capsule, or both. Supplements are the backup singers. The main melody should always be your diet. But even the best song sometimes needs a little harmony. Part 7. Final thoughts and call to action. And so, dear reader, we come to the end of our journey through the jungles of superfood mythology. Along the way, we've battled overpriced berries, dodged dangerous half-truths, and reminded ourselves that common kitchen ingredients are just as heroic as their more exotic cousins. Here's the real secret the marketers don't want you to know. You don't need a miracle food. You need a balanced plate. You don't need imported berries. You need seasonal produce. You don't need to spend more. You need to eat smart. Understanding nutrition is about looking beyond the label, digging deeper than the buzzwords, and choosing ingredients that serve you, your budget, your needs, and your lifestyle. So next time you're at the store, ignore the glitz for a moment. Walk past the $14 bag of spirulina and say hello to the carrots, the oats, the sardines, the apples, the real heroes of nutrition. Eat them with joy. Click them with love. And don't let anyone tell you that you need a cape to be healthy. What you can do next, read ingredient labels. Not the front packaging, the real stuff on the back. Prioritize whole, minimally processed foods. Local is often just as powerful as exotic. Question health claims. It sounds too good to be true. It probably is. Add variety to your diet. No single food carries the whole team. Educate yourself. Don't let trends outpace your understanding. Eat right. Understand nutrition. Choose good ingredients. That's not just a mantra, it's a movement. And you, my friend, are now ready to lead it with a fork in hand, a curious mind, and maybe a banana in your back pocket for emergencies.